Okay. Here we are, the PraisEluJAH Radio Show with Brother D and Sister A. It is an awesome show today. I'm showing too much. Praise the Lord. Pulling in, brother. Pulling in. Oh, man. They'll call me Big Juicy after a while. No, but anyway, this is going to be an awesome show. I'm so excited tonight. I was waiting all day. Couldn't wait to 7 o'clock until so we can have this guest on. This young lady we're about to bring in right here, she's on our TV every morning faithfully, and I mean faithfully. She's the mother of this. She's the mother of Madeline, the beautiful little Madeline. She's a wife. She is an accomplished broadcaster. She's the one and only Demetria Green. Good morning, D.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, man, I'm so used to having that show in the morning. I always say good morning.
I was going by your lead. You said good morning, so I'm going to say good morning.
He led me there, so I'm going to go there, right? Yo, D, I'm so glad that you're on with us. I just love what you guys do at WPHL. It's not W no more. It's PHL17.
Right.
See, that's how long I've been watching. You know,
wow, we appreciate you. We appreciate you all. Seriously.
But your morning show with Nick Foley and who is it? It's Monica and Jennifer
Monica and Jenna.
And my main man Kyrie.
Yes.
And yes. I know all y'all. And I want to top my head. We know all you guys. And it is really beautiful to see how you guys are maturating together. And I just want to add one thing because you guys has got a new title. It's a new show title. It's like, what is it? Morning Minty Fresh, isn't it? A Minty Fresh. She done forgot the name.
I forgot what you were talking about already. Yes, we did because now we have little mints to go with it. So yeah, it's PHL Minty Fresh.
Okay. Okay. I wanted to throw mine in the hat with you guys. I was gonna name it after you, Kyrie, and Nick. I was gonna call it Barack, Michelle, and Biden. I was just gonna.
You just took it all the way over there, right to the left,
yeah,
right?
I know, right? I had to. You got to go left to center always.
You do.
But tell us, I want everybody to know because I want little girls and little boys to know what it is they have to do to become a broadcaster. And can you tell us a little bit about your career, like your journey?
So my career was a little unconventional. So I started off knowing that I wanted to get into broadcasting because I've always loved it. I love watching people who look like me on TV. I love how they can articulate things. They're bringing light to the problems that a lot of people don't tend to talk about, like when you turn on the major networks. So I really wanted to do something like that, but I didn't know how. So when it was time for me to go to college, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do the safe thing and study business. When I got into corporate America after graduating, I just didn't feel fulfilled. Like I felt like there was still something that I needed to do. So my parents told me, just sit down and pray on it. So I was praying for like a good year and a half, the same prayer over and over and over again. And finally, I got enough. What'd you say?
I said, amen.
Exactly. Right. And then finally I got an answer, and I turned on the TV and there was a new show that was on and they said that they were looking for interns. I was like, perfect, I'll sign up and do that. So I ended up working with them. I got hired on to be a production assistant. So basically I got paid to get people's coffee, their dry cleaning, like anything that they needed, I was there to do it, but I was willing to do it with a smile. And so I learned from some of the best. I mean, they were able to take me under their wing and show me this is what you need to do in order to succeed. So from there, I was able to go and get my first job in broadcasting. I was reporting, I was anchoring, I was producing, I was doing the camera, like editing, every single thing I was doing, but it helped me to get to this level. So when you ask me, what did I do? A lot of hard work. Basically, I did everything. And if there's someone else who is watching this right now and they want to know how they can get into it, I think the main thing is you have to be persistent, because there are so many people who are going to say no. So many people told me, no, you can't do it because you don't look a certain way. You don't talk a certain way. You're not that witty. We want that witty person. You may not have this or that, but there's one person who just gave me an opportunity, and that's all I needed. You just cracked the door just a little bit, and I was able to step on in there.
Wow, man. Talking to the one and only Demetria Green every morning. I mean, you guys, you really do bring a smile to our face. We laugh
Yes,
from beginning to end. I got all y'all got like little nicknames for us, of course. You know, y'all, you guys are funny, man. But I just want you to tell people like what is like the like a methodical steps that people may take, like some courses they may want to take in college in order to get into broadcasting.
Some really good courses to take is writing. You need to know how to write. That's the basis of any type of journalist. You need to know how to write. Another thing is you need to know how to not only write for television, but also know how to write for online, because what we're seeing is a lot of our news is moving online. People are not waiting. If there was like a big explosion right now, people are not going to wait until 10 p.m. to watch the news to find out what happened. They're going online and they want to know right away what happened. So you need to be able to write a coherent sentence. You need to take some professional speaking classes, because you need to be able to express what you're feeling and be able to articulate that for a variety of different crowds, different age levels, different education levels. So those are the two main courses. And I'm trying to think of another good course as well. I really liked business professionalism. We had that course at Florida A&M, and that just helped me be able to interact with other people. Aside from like education, outside from all that stuff, just learning how to present yourself in a crowd of people who may not look like you, who may not talk like you, who may not come from your same background. So I think that's so important to have those three main courses.
Wow. Amen. Amen. You know, I noticed here that you looking over your bio, I noticed that you were into you was a speech instructor, and one question I always, a lot of news instructors, I'm an instructor, a lot of news anchors, they sound alike. I mean, it's a certain diction. Yeah, they it's a distinct sound. So don't get me wrong, you still got your swag. Don't even worry about it. You still got your, no, but you still got your swag. Don't worry about it. But it's something about them. I was like, why do they all have a certain sound? It's a certain ringing in your voice that let me know that you're a news broadcast. I would know if you were to start speaking or reading, you know, reading a prompter. I would know that. And I see that you worked as an instructor. So tell me, why did you choose to do that?
I needed the money. I'm just gonna put it all out there. So when you get into, just keep it real today. When I was getting into the industry, you know, they don't pay a lot in this industry, especially when you're first starting. So I'm from Chicago. I was doing that job. Like I told you, I was interning, being a production assistant. My first job was in Dothan, Alabama. I was making $10 an hour at that point. And so they were told me I was getting paid a lot of money making the $10 an hour, by the way. So in order to be able to pay for my bills, in order to pay for my expenses, I need to take on another job. And it just so happened that I was able to take on the job as instructor. So I was doing that and also anchoring the news at the same time.
Yes, that is something. So you had to so it doesn't pay that well, so you have to be ready, because sometimes we always have figures made up in our head. If someone see you in front of a camera, they think that you starting off at 1.5 million. You know, that's
exactly.
That's just how it goes, and it's like, what? You know, you only make that, you know. But no, we're like, you know, when we're watching you guys every morning, you know, I'm looking at you guys, you know. I just love the way you guys flow together. You know, how your flow, just how you guys, you know, have come together. And, you know, you came in like the last one and you just start to like, I don't know, you just became like a part of their family, you know, when you came in. So tell me, how was it joining that those crazy people you work with?
Because we all have such different personalities. So you are right. It is like a crazy farm some days. Yeah. But the funny thing is actually we all got hired around the same time. I just wasn't able to leave my other job in that contract and come at the same time as everyone else.
Had to make it
exactly. So the good thing is, like, before my first day of work and my first day on air, I had already known them for a good like month and a half or so. Once they relaunched the new newscast, we were having conference calls like every other day. We were talking. They were trying to do icebreakers so that when we all get together as a team, we'll feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
So I had been talking to them for months.
Amen. So Jennifer and Monica didn't know each other?
Jenna or Jennifer?
Okay. Jenna.
Because we have a Jenna and Jennifer. Yeah, they didn't know each other prior to that.
They didn't?
Not prior to that.
Oh wow, that's cool. So they became friends. Yeah,
Right.
I'm laughing because I know Jenna. She goes off. She's at home broadcasting from home, and I knew. I said if any one of them would go home and do it, it would be. It would be. I would call her Picky Jen. I can tell that she like everything just right.
Yep, that's her. That's her.
But that's what make y'all so good because your personalities come through. I can tell. I mean, I can tell even when some of you guys do a read, I can tell which story that you're not favoring opposed to the next.
Isn't that obvious?
At one point, Nick had to just come and say, "Okay, we're going to."
Exactly, and that's what he does. He's like, "Okay, next."
But that's what I'm saying. I sit there and laugh at you guys because it is so funny. People Philadelphia have to really experience y'all, on a grander level because you guys are hilarious. I mean, just hilarious. So, going into the aspect of like you said, you know how to do camera work, and I'm sorry I have to do it like this.
Yeah, no, you got to stay there, stay hugged up.
I know, this is 26 years of marriage, all right.
26, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
I know. Black love. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's my buddy right here. I love my wife, man. But I just looking at you like from camera work, and you said you work behind the scenes. Do you ever aspire to one day produce some shows for TV?
I would love to, wherever this takes me, because I know that we have a short shelf being on air for women, especially, just keeping it real. So that's why I wanted to learn as many things as I could so that I can make myself more marketable in the event that something does happen. So I am really open to whatever comes my way, which maybe I shouldn't be, but I really am.
Amen. Yeah. Amen. So now I want to tell you one of my fun points, one of my favorite Demetria.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Demetria line. Yo, it was hilarious. It happened a few months back, but it was during the winter, and you were you guys were saying how cold it was outside.
Oh, I knew what you were going to talk about. I knew you were going to bring this up. I knew you were going to bring this up.
Oh my God. When I tell you I laughed all day. All day I laughed at this. And they wouldn't, and so your coworkers would name me like certain things that made them cold, and you know what I mean, and how they got warm. And you said, yeah, like you get next to the oven. Man, I was grabbing the words as they came out your mouth. I was grabbing them out the air, like, don't say it.
I know.
Don't let go of the secret.
And that's what's coming out my mouth. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop, abort, get out of this.
No, don't say it. Oh my God. I was crying. I said, yes. She didn't.
I did. I told the secret. Oh, I got in trouble for that one.
You know what I mean? Hey, look, hey, it is what it is.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. Fast forward into Mother's Day. I seen that your mom, Dolores, she said your mom, helps you out. I think that's beautiful. I'm glad our moms share the same name.
I know.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, Dolores don't play, baby.
No, they do not. She'll snatch you up real quick. Nope.
Yeah. Hey, I remember my mom gave me and my brother a beating on the top of a fishing rod. She's in heaven now, so I can say that. No. Oh yeah. I'm the last of 12, D. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, old fashioned. You know what I mean. My parents. Of course, that's our doorbell.
Is that your doorbell? Somebody at the house? Tell them you're doing an interview right now.
I know. You know who it is. It's our son, and he locks us up ritually. But it's like, hey, Mom, Dad, can you please? And it's like, I ain't got to get up. Because he
doesn't have a key.
This is so black. Yes, it is. Anyway,
I love it. I love it.
Oh man, you just ain't getting no more raw than this. But I just want to say about you and you guys, like Kyrie, like what's the difference? Like when you guys start off, do you have to start off like he's like a field reporter?
Right. Yes.
You have a new lady now, right? I think you got two new people.
Yes. So we have Sophia Cifuentes, and she is our freelance reporter. And now we also have Alex Butler, and she's one of our freelance reporters also.
Wow. That's awesome. They look kind of seasoned though. Those two look kind of seasoned. They don't look like, well, I'll just say, just like somebody who's just coming up. They look like they've been behind the desk for a while.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They really have. They've been putting in and grinding as well. So hopefully we'll see them on TV a lot more often.
Amen. Amen. I'm sorry. Here she comes. She returned.
There she is. There's the queen.
They said, Lord, we was interviewing, and she got to get up.
We're home. It's in quarantine.
So, I mean, it is what it is. Man, how convenient. There you go.
There you go.
All right. So when you start off and you're in the field, is it like a point where they say, or do you have to apply for a position to be an anchor, or is it something they just say, hey, we see that you're maturing and we're going to put you in there?
You have to apply. They have to know that you want it. Now, in some instances, I will say I've been blessed and people just say, hey, let's get you off the streets. We want you to come and sit at the desk. But majority of the time, you have to express interest in it. So for like Kyrie, we love Kyrie. He does an awesome job, and I think he would do a great job anchoring. But right now, that position is filled. So
yeah, most
that's the way.
Yeah. I mean that's just how it goes. I mean that's one of those things, But, no, we love Kyrie and
that's my brother.
New hairstyle. Yes,
I know, right? And you don't understand. Every day before the show, he's like, "Does it look good now?" Sending me pictures and everything. I'm like, Kyrie, I'm over it. But I love that guy. That's my brother.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, I just love how you guys are a family. I love how you guys just flow and how you guys just give your whether people like it or not, you giving your honest opinion sometimes. Right. You know what I mean? Well, I like this, I don't like this, and this is what I don't like about it. And sometimes when y'all sitting there, I said, I can hear the producer probably talking in y'all ears. Reel it in.
Yeah, and that's what they say. They say, rap, stop talking.
Yeah. That's this one. She always telling me to shut up.
And I can tell that too on the show. Like they're telling them to stop.
Yep, that's what they are.
Shut up and play music, man.
They're trying to drown us out.
Hey. They try to grow them ratings. I love it, man. It's just something that about you guys that just I don't know. It just represents Philly to me, and I just say, and that's why we choose to work to look at you guys and before we go to work, because that's what we do before we be leaving the house in the morning. We will be looking at you guys. Now we just did. Now it's like, all right, we can just sit in bed.
No, we still have to go to work. We're just not in front. Well, he still stays in front of the TV.
Okay.
She's a school teacher. She does.
Okay. I was going to ask you all what you all do.
Yeah. I work in the finance department at Health Partners. I just crunch numbers a little bit.
Oh, look at you change your voice when you start talking about your job. Oh, really? Who am I talking to?
As well as excuse me. But A right here, she does real work. She worked with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. So
that's amazing.
Middle school in ELA. So
that is awesome. Well, thank you for what you're doing too.
You're welcome.
Seriously, we need more people like you.
Yeah, hear them little voices.
I couldn't do it, but that's why I'm so grateful for you.
Oh yeah, I mean it's awesome. It's an awesome thing what she does. I see a lot of work that she put in, and just like newscasters, they're underpaid. Teachers are underpaid.
Yeah,
really. How much work she does is crazy. But back to you. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
But looking at you from just from you said, you know, you're a woman in the business. Did you as African American, did you find it harder? Did you notice things that you had to go around and keep smiling in order to get where you are?
Yeah, especially, I mean, going from, because I'm originally from Chicago. That's where I was working. That's where I was doing a lot of stuff. So
Amen.
going from Chicago all the way to Dothan, Alabama, that was a huge culture shock in itself. And so I'm out here trying to prove, sorry, my camera was tilting and leaving. There we go.
No, sure.
All right. There we go. So I'm out here trying to prove to you all, hey, I can do the job. I don't have as much experience as these other people, but I can still do the job. And even though I may look different, like I can still bring it for you all. I know I had a hard time because when I first got there, you know, I told you I was doing all those different things. And after a year and a half, I wanted to apply to be the morning anchor. And I had a boss there who was just like, nope, 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 you're not ready. We can't see anybody like you on there. Now, I don't know what she meant to this day. I still don't know what she meant. However, I was like, well, whatever you think is going to be out the window, I'm going to be the first person at the station and the last one there. And I'm going to show you that I'm going to work hard and I deserve this spot. And so I was able to continue to work hard. And eventually she gave me an opportunity. But it's like you got to overcome a lot of those biases, especially being in rural Alabama. And that was one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah, I'm sure in Alabama.
Wow. Yeah, for you to go to make the choice to go to Alabama, I commend you for that alone.
Yeah, I wanted to get my foot in the door because it was really difficult just trying to get that opportunity.
So how many years altogether have you been in broadcasting?
On air, I've been in broadcasting for about 10 years, but then prior to that, that would be like another 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Man, and what as an instructor, you know, a voice instructor, what are some of the things that you start off with? I mean, like, how do you guys get your voices to sound like that? I mean,
so basically, it's called like the universal accent. And they actually have classes where they teach you how to do it. Now, since I didn't have any of that experience coming into this, I just had to watch people who I love. Like I love Tamron Hall with all my heart. That lady, she actually was in Fox Chicago. That's where I was interning, and I wanted to intern there because of her. So I would just watch her all the time, watch how she, her diction that she used, her cadence that she had. And I was really trying to emulate that, but also do my own thing. So I didn't go to any like proper schools or, you know, for that kind of stuff. But I would highly recommend that people do, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of people really want to get into it. I mean, you know it from the podcast, because podcasts are no longer just behind a microphone. They want cameras now. They want a camera in front of them. So I know that's just something that's going to segue into either news or doing a type of talk show. So I know people want to do this, and if you want to get hired, opposed to just being someone picking your show up, as you know, you're going to have to, you know, go to school and do whatever you have to do. But you know, I know it's almost time. It's almost your bedtime. We got a couple more minutes. She gotta get up early. She said, "Hey, look, man, let me tell you something."
I wasn't trying to be rude.
I'm about to wrap this up. Pat it. but I'm about to put that scarf on, pat, and be like, "Don't mess with me."
It was right next to me. My scarf is right here.
Yeah. Hey, look. This one, oh my God.
You got your bonnet, girl.
That's it.
All right, looking like Nefertiti. No, but
and I love them. I love your braids, girl.
No, I wanted to ask you. This is something I always wanted to know. When the elections come in, right? When the elections come in. If you're covering the election, you usually there like all night, because it's like it goes to wee hours in the morning. Do you guys have like places y'all can sleep there, or do y'all have like rooms where because it's like, well, you got to come back out looking at your best, and you're going to need some rest. You know what I mean? So how does that work?
So at this particular station, we don't have to do that. However, the last place that I was, because we had so many different newscasts, we had a lot of evening newscasts, we did. And so we didn't have specific like rooms that we could sleep in, but they did have like a couple sleeping bags. And sometimes we would go to the studio. They had like a nice little comfy couch for our guests, but some of us will just take up on it and just lay down there and just get like as much shut eye as we can, or just go to your car for a little bit as well. What we did for the last presidential election, what I was able to do is I was able to sneak out for a couple minutes, run to my car, get like a little bit of rest, and then come back in. But a lot of times you're so busy because we're calling, trying to get the polling numbers from different places, and people may not be ready. Like maybe 50% of the precincts have reported already, so you need to keep calling. So you're doing a lot of busy work. It's not just like downtime and free time. You're doing a lot of stuff in between there, keeping the websites updated as well, updating your scripts, checking on reporters because they may have brand new information that's coming in. So there's a lot of moving parts to it. So we're always doing something.
Wow. Amen. Yeah, I just always want to know that. I say, how do they do that? Do you just? I mean, are you there? You just up? I know you're going to have a lounge because it's news, but I was wondering, did they have places for you guys to sleep and stuff like this? No. Because you know us, we'll make it a third house. You know us. We'll be like, all right. You have a corner set up, don't you sleep over there now. Like,
right.
Blanket and pillow, like.
Exactly. Have all that stuff together.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're funny. But how do you, as a person, like I had mentioned this before, I alluded to it, but how do you hold it together when something comes up on the screen? Because a story popped up the other day that really made me angry. I ain't gonna lie to you about the helicopter chase, and they was chasing the guy through the streets, and they ended up breaking the guy's window out. And I said, he crashed into like 9 different people, and they approached his car with a baton. I said, who is this guy? Because I mean. But anyway, but when I'm back to you. But
no, you're fine.
But when it's something that you don't particularly favor, how do you hold it in? How do you keep it in? Because you always smile. Because sometimes you do the smile when you don't particularly agree with some stuff. That's it. That's it. That's it. She be like,
I know. Let me hurry up and get you.
I'm like, no, it's moving. I would be like, yo.
Yes. And I think you answered it right there. You got to keep it moving. I think the biggest thing with me and what I'm struggling with, and I'm still trying to, is on air. Yes, I can do the story. I can read it. But as soon as that camera goes off, I kind of feel the weight of all those different stories, those things I just read. I don't know if it's now because I'm a mother, like anything that happens to a kid, I'm like, oh my gosh, anything that happens to a minority, I'm like, oh my goodness, any of this stuff. And I'm still trying to find out different ways, trying to deal with it. Right now, I currently, just to put it out there, I am talking to a therapist because I'm like, I just need an outlet just to get all this stuff off, because I feel that a lot of times I can't express myself the way that I want to. And I don't agree with some of the stuff that's being run. I'm like, well, wait a second, that sounds so biased. Why are we doing, and not just our station, but just the stories in general?
In general, the way that,
exactly. And it just gets so frustrating. And it's like, no, we don't need to do this because it. Yes. So to answer your question, a lot of times
you would on the job.
Exactly. Sometimes you have to remove yourself, and I have to remember, put on my journalist hat, that I am supposed to be objective. And if I want to build your trust, I have to be objective with that. When that light goes off.
I know, right?
Then we can really talk. Exactly. The hands start moving, the head, yes. Like, did you see what he did? Yeah.
Then everybody start walking away. You go, oh, now y'all walking away.
Right. But that was a great question, though. Really, really good question.
Amen. I'm just glad that they chose you and that you're on there, because you're really good. And we love seeing you guys. I know I'm wrapping it up. She's showing me the time, like 29.
I'm having fun.
What you think?
All right. But once again, this is Demetria Green of PHL17 Morning Show. We are so happy for you guys. You guys are 3 hours now, right?
We're 4 now.
4 hours. Okay, go off at 8, right?
Yeah. Goes off at 9.
9 to 9. Oh, okay, 9. That's right. I just said it off 9, and I don't.
That's all right.
So with all of the good fun you guys have, we thank you for bringing us the news, keeping us abreast on all that's happening in our communities here in Philadelphia. Thank you.
No, and we thank you too. And if there are like other stories that you all want to see, like just let us know. Like send us an email, shoot us a message on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. And I just really appreciate y'all's support because like there are some days when I'm just feeling like real down. I'm like, man, this sucks so much. And then I go online and I see you all post something or write something inspiring, and that just keeps us motivated and keep us moving. So I seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for real.
Hey, thank you too, D. We love you. We'll be seeing you in the morning. Amen.
Yes. Yes.
Amen. All right. Have a good one, D. Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thank y'all.